Hey, it's been a long time. It's your girl. It is your girl, Lucinda Cross, Chief Activator of Activate Worldwide, Activate Your Life. Listen, just checking in. How are you guys doing? It is September, right? We have weathered this whole storm of this pandemic and still going through it. Yes, amen. We're still pushing through. But one thing one of my friends said before I get into today's topic, hey Heidi, is that she said she was on one of the trainings that I had. I just wrapped up a training. And she said, Lucinda, this is not a pandemic. It's a plandemic. And I said, I like that. Okay, it's a plandemic. So, that's one thing I just want to leave with you today. But here's another thing. I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about patterns and like how we show up. And so oftentimes, so I just finished this great podcast on IG Live for Overcoming Her. They have a speaker series, Overcoming Her. And I shared on there this major lesson that I learned in life. And the lesson is about the patterns that we create. And when I'm talking about the patterns that we create, I want you to look at, and which I had to do for myself, is that people oftentimes, like, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned, right, when it comes to personal and professional development? And one of the greatest lessons that I learned is I have to be conscious of the patterns that I have created so that I can either break those patterns or create new ways, right? Break those patterns or create new ways of being. And what do I mean by that? And maybe this will bless at least 5 of you today, is that how we show up to people and how they react and respond to how we show up. Whose responsibility is that? So, for example, I have been in a mode for years of people pleasing. I enjoy making people happy. Enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy it, making people happy. The negative side of that, or really the con of that, is that in making others happy, there comes a time in the people-pleasing phase that you don't create boundaries. And when people cross those boundaries, or that you've never expressed, you get upset, you feel taken advantage of, you want to shut down, you are complaining, you feel used, abused, and unappreciated. So in the people-pleasing phase, what goes with people-pleasing is the not setting boundaries. And because of the not setting boundaries, you get to a phase where I got to a point in my life where I felt depleted and I felt unappreciated and I felt misunderstood and overlooked, right? Because here I am thinking that people are supposed to be just as thoughtful about and excited about making people happy as I am. But that's not necessarily the case. It's how I was showing up in each friendship, in each partnership, in each relationship. So when we look at how we are showing up in our relationships, in our partnerships, in our friendships, in our whatever ship, are you showing up and saying, hey, let me give you all I got? And then when they take everything that you have, are we then frustrated because now they appear, it's like, Dad, you greedy. Like, I'm giving you all I have, the last thing on my plate. But is that how we showed up to them? So I just ask you, when you look at how you are operating day to day this week, look how you are showing up. Are you showing up in a way that is going to feed and support you moving forward? Or are you showing up in a way that's going to put you back into an old pattern that you have, or an old way of being that you no longer want to show up as? So if you want to show up different, yes, do different, but look at what are the patterns that you've created. Because I can count relationships, friendships down the line and say, the thing that is connecting the dots is the fact that I'm showing up as, hey, let me fix it. Let me fix you. Let me fix them. And not leaving space for me to have something on my plate to eat from. So I have been accustomed to feeding my full plate over and over again and expecting people to leave me a little bone on the plate. But when they wouldn't leave a bone on the plate, I get upset. Whose fault is it that there's no bone on the plate when I'm putting together a full meal and I'm saying, hey, everybody eat first. Come on and eat. Right? And then I get upset because no one is considerate enough to leave a biscuit or a bone for me from the plate that I've created. So if this has supported you, look at how you are serving yourself. Yes? How are you serving yourself? How are you showing up for yourself? How are you feeding yourself? And it may sound selfish, but my thing, be selfish to be selfless, but maybe shifting the way you are approaching situations. So I would approach, this is another thing, and I'm going to leave this live after that. I would approach opportunities from a mindset of, wow, this is great, but usually I don't get to the success point of the opportunity. Usually it's 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. So I was accustomed to feeling excited about a win that I didn't get just yet. And then now I'm pouring my negative energy in it and saying, well, this is really not possible. So it's kind of difficult when I'm operating in 2 different energies, but expecting a positive outcome. Does that make sense? Is this helping somebody? So the first part of this, what I'm talking about, is the patterns that we create is based on how we're showing up. And we can immediately shift the pattern when we begin to, one, look at how we're showing up moving forward in our relationships, partnerships, joint ventureships, friendships, the ships, whatever your sisterships, right? Brotherships, whatever ships you sailing, whatever ships you're sailing, looking at how are you showing up for these relationships, and ask yourself, is it them or is it me? And if it's a combination of both, it's, can I shift my position and how I'm showing up and operating, which in turn will shift the way the person is receiving me or perceiving me. Make sense? Because that could be the game changer for many of us. Not only health-wise, mental, even financially. How are we showing up when it comes to wealth and finances? How are we showing up? What are the patterns that we have created that we don't stop and we continue in operating in, but still expecting a different outcome and still expecting people to serve us differently, operate and treat us differently? Yes, it is so true. We teach people how to treat us. You teach people how to treat your business. You teach people how to love you, right? And it's not on them to it's how you're showing up. And so I would show up as, hey, I want to be needed. That's vulnerable. That's vulnerable what I'm sharing with you right now. I need to be needed. Because when I started to dig deep into how I was showing up, the patterns I was creating, why was I people pleasing, it dug deep into also, why do I feel the need to be needed? And if I remove the feeling of being needed, how much would that change my growth in my business and in my life? Because now I don't need to show up as the Miss Fix-It, Olivia Pope. Now I could show up as the Lucinda Cross. Here I am with my God-given gifts, talents, skills, and abilities. And I don't have to change and fix your life because you're not Ayan Levanzat. You are not Jesus Christ. But now I'm showing up as the friend that is wanted and needed. Now I'm showing up as the business partner, right? Instead of having this, so we got to look at, based on the patterns we created, where did they come from? How has it supported us? And what do we need to stop, start, and continue to make changes? Because some of us have been operating one way and we keep showing up as this, let me, I got it. Mess with me, I got it. We got that whole attitude with us. I got it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. No. Cut it out. Yeah, worry. Right? Because I need to take a nap. I need to get mentally stable. I need to eat. So here's the thing. Your patterns may be keeping you poor. Your patterns may be keeping you in pieces. Your patterns may be keeping you broken. And I hate using that word because I don't believe anybody's broken. But broken in the terms of confused, doubtful, uncertain about your own situation. Yes? Because you are constantly in the space of fixing and being needed. And it's a difference between, I want us to study support and how support and your servant leadership is different from you being a people pleaser and someone who needs to be needed and now frustrated because people are needing you and relying on you and exhausting your time, your attention, your energy, your finances, and then you get upset. But baby, how did you show up to the table? Because if you said, here, take this, take it all, here's what I've prepared. And of course they're saying, I'm hungry, I needed this, I'm going to eat this up. But then you say, you didn't even have the audacity to leave me a biscuit or a bone. And they say, well, I didn't know you were hungry. Are y'all following me? Are you following the analogy? So I'm going to repeat it again, and I promise you I'm getting off. Because some of us are just emotionally drained, physically drained, financially drained because of the patterns that we've created. And now we're at the point where we're frustrated and pointing fingers at the wrong individuals, at the wrong circumstances, at the wrong situations, when the finger needs to be pointed at how we haven't did the heart work and how our agenda may not be about true, genuine support, but it may be because it is fulfilling an inner need to be needed to the point that you are exhausted of saying yes. So the last part I'm going to say, and I'm going to repeat the analogy, and I hope you get it. Picture this plate. Picture this table. The table is set. Chairs are around the table, right? You are welcoming people to come in. You have prepared a family style dish. It is the best of the best on this dish, and everything that you wanted and you desire and you love is on that dish. Everything you love is on that dish. The people come and they sit at the table. Follow me. They are looking at the table. They're like, everything on here looks great. This is family style. They have their own plates. And now everybody scoops from the same plate that you've prepared to feed themselves. Everybody eats. You sit back because you are so caught up in just everybody enjoying what you have taken the time to love on and prepare, season to perfection. You're hungry because you've been working all day. You've been chefing it up. You've been preparing all day. They eat. Everybody sits back. You go to sit down at the table. Everybody's laughing and joking, having a good time. And there is not a bone or a biscuit left. You look at everybody. One person says, well, did you eat? And what do you say? No, don't worry about it. Another person says, are you sure? You say, no, I'm good. Another person says, well, you didn't say you was hungry. We didn't know you wanted something to eat. You say, yeah, I'm right. You say to yourself, dang, they couldn't leave me nothing. It's the last time I'm going to prepare. Well, I guess I'll eat something later on. Let me see what I can scrounge up and scrapple together so that I can feed myself. Matter of fact, I'm too tired right now to eat. So forget me trying to figure out something to snack on real quick. After everybody leaves, I'm going to clean up their mess and I'm going to go to sleep. Let's put that to life. How many times have you put out your time, your energy, your attention, your investment, your heart, your mind, body, soul, sweat, equity? And then what happens? You get frustrated because you have allowed everybody else to pull and drain you, right? And you didn't say for 1 minute, stop right there. I need a nap. No, not right now. I'm working on something. Excuse me, I need to honor myself. Hold on, I'll open the door and let everybody eat after I finish my plate. No more. of these patterns that are taken away from you, your growth, your finances, your health, your spiritual connection, your happiness. It's your girl Lucinda Cross, and I'll look forward to connecting with you again. I'm going to try to hop in on tomorrow. But listen, we have to be here to support one another. So anything that I learn and I'm going through, sometimes we just need that connection to admit. So welcome to the Lucinda Cross Show. Today we talked about patterns, and I hope you learned a valuable lesson on how to show up stronger, better, and honoring who you are and what God has created in you moving forward. Because the goal is for us all to succeed. But you shouldn't want success more for other people than you want for yourself. And for those who are first timers, go grab a copy of my book, The Big Ask. It's on Amazon, The Big Ask on Amazon by Lucinda Cross. You can head over to my website, lucindacross.com, and follow me on Instagram as well, Lucinda Cross there as well. And we always share information that goes under one pillar called Activate. That's all we're here to do, is to help you activate and not procrastinate and move forward. So I hope this is at least blessed 5 of you. Put in the comments, tag at least 3 people to say, listen, no more patterns of poverty mindset. No more patterns. And poverty mindset meaning you are giving your riches to everybody else but yourself. Your plate, your table, and your chairs. Own that. Own it. Come on now. Some of y'all, stop playing. Gotta go. Love you. Bye.